We're ready.
Okay. All right, so this is the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee meeting for Monday, September 9th. We'll start with roll call. Carrie Stuckey, that's me. I am here virtually. Shane Carden. He is absent today. Kate Rose.
Here.
Eric Dubzinski, he sent me an email that he will not be able to make it today. Tom Jones.
Here.
Stefania Huerta. She may be attending virtually, but I don't see her yet. And then Vicki Biggs.
Here.
And do we have Nolan here today or no? No? Okay. And then Councilmember Eric Marshall.
Here.
Thank you. All right, item 2, approval of the agenda. Did we have any changes to the agenda or questions, comments, anything like that?
I move that
Okay.
we approve the agenda.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that is approved. Item 3, approval of the minutes for special meeting of August 19th, 2024. Did we have any questions about the minutes from that meeting? Have a motion to approve?
I motion that we approve the minutes as submitted.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, thank you. All right, next item is public comment. Do we have anyone in the audience today? Any public comment?
There's nobody in the room.
Okay, thank you. All right, next up, we'll move on to our discussion items. Item A is commission communications. Maggie was supposed to be here today to make a presentation, but she emailed me this morning. She's not able to make it. So she's working on a plan, a communications plan for the commissions in general, it sounded like. I had sent her some thoughts that I had. If there are any ideas or thoughts from any of you that I can share with her, I will probably meet with her again sometime this week to kind of go over what she has so far. And then hopefully she'll be able to present at our next meeting. But if anyone has any ideas regarding communication that you would like to share, I can forward that along to Maggie and get that integrated into her plan. Anybody? Okay. All right. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and move on to item B, the skate park cleanup project.
Good morning. Can you hear me? I'm Carla Friend. I'm on the Arts Commission, and I'm going to give you a little update about what's happening with the skate park. You know that it's not until the 2027 budget that they plan on doing anything major to the skate park, so we're trying to get a cleanup together to make it a little more accessible to the young people in our community. So we have a date, September 28th, it's Saturday, 10 to 2, and we're going to do a cleanup there. We're hoping to have hamburgers and hot dogs. There's been a poster that's been put out on, I'm standing on my tippy toes. There's been a poster that's been put out on Instagram, and I don't know if it's been put out on Facebook about the event. We're hoping to get at least 28 people, hopefully kids who will come and get some ownership and take pride in the skate park. There are a lot of groups that are involved in this, trying to get it going. The Youth Coalition, Island County Juvenile Court Services, Garrett, who owns G's Skates, the Art Commission, of course, and Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Boys and Girls Club. So we're going to do basic cleanup. We're hoping to plant some trees. We're getting bids for sandblasting because the paint on there is very thick and it's unskateable. So if any of you are interested in coming out and helping, that'd be awesome. I hope to see you there. Do you have any questions about anything so far? Brandon, you want to add anything or?
Yeah, it sounds like the last meeting that we had, we wanted to go the sandblasting route. So I am trying to get quotes from the sandblasting companies. The original quote that we had is over the $5,000 that we can just sign off on. So I need to get 3 bids for the quotes. I've got the companies, the sandblasting companies that are local that are a part of our group, MCRP. I'm not exactly sure what the group name is, but I've got a whole list of them that we'll send out the bid to. And the one that I've been talking to is actually not on that list. He can come in before the 28th here and do it. He thinks he can schedule that. He is willing to not pick up. We had discussed not picking up the sand as something that the kids in the community could help do to clean that up. He's willing to do that for a reduced price. So I am going to send that out after this meeting to him and the other, I think there's 4 or 5 list with just a quick scope of work, a quick turnaround time, and see if anybody else can do it before the 28th here to get ready for the cleanup party. That's the update that I have.
I forgot to add also that the Youth Coalition has a lot of money to put towards this, and they have to spend it by the end of this month. So that's where we're hoping to get funds to help with the cleanup.
Real quick, it's not a question, but I'm part of the Whidbey Island Roller Derbies, and the women there, the people there are also wanting to help. So just to let you know on that one.
Great.
So I'll make sure that they know it's on the 28th.
Perfect,
from
thank you.
10 to
And
2.
I'm sure the poster is on Facebook. I don't know.
Okay, thank you so much, Carla. Did we have any other comments on that item at this time? Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to item C, which is subcommittee update. I don't know who wants to go first. Tom, did you want to start?
Yeah, I can take it. So the August facilities meeting, several things were discussed. The pickleball courts, we had a follow-up discussion from what was presented and discussed at our last meeting. And since then, I thought Brian was probably going to bring that up in his information items as to where that stood now. But Don had come back with a completely different concept, which I think is great. And so I'm sure there'll be more discussion on that. And they also had, I forget what they call it now, pre-submittal meeting or something on the 3rd, so I don't know anything about that. We talked about the baseball field status. We discussed fees for use of fields and whether or not they should be, I guess right now, kind of a per-person charge as opposed to a field or group or time charge. So we're gathering information on that. Still working on a new fee schedule soon. Brian had also mentioned that there were presentations made on the RCO grants and that he was optimistic that they seem to be well received, and hopefully we'll hear something in October. We also discussed briefly the feasibility study for the recreation center and decided that it probably should be at the workshop level, those discussions, but that it would be open to all members of our advisory group. But that it would be taken care of at the workshop level. So I don't know if there's any feedback from any of you, but we thought that would probably be the best way to go. So at the last meeting, it was discussed that we probably want to open that discussion up to the whole panel, and we will, but we'll do it, at least it's our recommendation to do it at the workshop level. And that was it. So I don't know if there's any feedback on that or not. And that was it.
So Tom, do you, at the workshop level for the feasibility study, are you guys having separate workshops for that, or are you doing it within your normal subcommittee workshop time?
That's a good question. I don't have an answer for that right now.
Okay.
I would guess if it's not a different one, and it's part of our regular workshop meeting, it'll be focused 100% on that.
Okay. Okay. Any other discussion on those items that Tom discussed? Okay, so let's see. Then we had our Parks and Playgrounds meeting on August 28th. We went over a little bit of the Flintstone Park reconfiguration plans. So they have broken ground for the angel statue, and so we just kind of discussed the reconfiguration of that roundabout in there that will be removed. So it will just be one road coming in and going out, and moving the parking from the parking lot where it currently is, looking over into the water, moving those parking spaces up closer to Bayshore Drive so that all of the parking is one area, and then Flintstone Park as a whole is more of a green space on its own. Aside from that, at our programs and events meeting on September 4th, we discussed, let's see here. We talked about Ollie. Tiffany Scribner has been awarded the contract for the design for Ollie. So it sounded like mid-September she would be bringing some design options to the table to go over, and then hopefully we'll have a final product end result by the end of October or early November for what Ollie will officially look like. And then we just discussed the skate park cleanup day, which Carla touched on. And then the Marina 50th anniversary celebration is September 21st down at the Marina. Kate, did you have anything to add?
Just that we had a presentation from the Arts Commission about the creating an event called Chalk Dust, where artists from around the world are brought to do these beautiful pieces of art on the sidewalk. The discussion about doing it at Windjammer Park. So that's being led by the Arts Commission, and it's a very exciting project.
Okay, did we have any questions? Anybody have any questions about either of those subcommittees? Okay, if not, we will move on to item D, which is Parks and Recreation Director update. Brian had a conflicting meeting this morning, so he is not here, but he sent me an email of some updates to share with the commission. So let's see. He says, we received notice from the RCO that the preliminary rankings for the LWCF and WWRP grants have been completed. They will only be able to fund the first 7 of 25 projects. Unfortunately, our applications for the inclusive playground and for the ball fields phase 2 did not make the cut. We are meeting with RCO next week to review comments and feedback, and then regroup with the Parks and Playground Subcommittee and Athletic Facilities Subcommittee on fundraising strategies. Skate Park Cleanup Day, same thing that Carla said, come down and volunteer to clean up the skate park Saturday, September 28th, 10 to 2. The Angel of Creativity had its groundbreaking and start of construction last week at Flintstone Park. The City Council reviewed a proposed park reconfiguration plan and the relocating of the Navy flag staff to Veterans Memorial Park, and they approved those plans. The Forestry Master Plan RFP will be receiving proposals over the next few weeks. Staff would like a volunteer from the commission to help evaluate bid proposals on a selection panel. And finally, thank you to Nolan and all his hard work on the commission and his instrumental role in helping the city receive $200,000 for a recreational center feasibility study. We greatly appreciate his representation of the youth, the voice of the youth in the community, and we wish him the best in his academic career. So that's what Brian had. Going back to the Forestry Management Plan RFP, they did ask for a volunteer from the commission to help evaluate bid proposals. Is there anyone who would like to volunteer for that?
Can you repeat that, please?
The last part, the forestry master plan. So the forestry master plan RFP will be receiving proposals over the next few weeks. Staff would like a volunteer from the commission to help evaluate bid proposals on the selection panel. So they're looking for a volunteer to be on the selection panel for that.
Just to maybe clarify that a little bit, we've got our forestry master plan that we're sending out a request for proposal for bids on what company will do that. We'll put that together for us. So what we're doing is sending out bids to get them back, and what we're hoping to do is have somebody from this committee sit on another committee to open up those bids and go through those bids for the forestry master plan, and just kind of bounce ideas off of everybody and take a look at all those bids. Does that, I don't know if that helped clarify, but that's kind of what we're looking for.
Okay, I'd volunteer for that.
Thank you, Tom. Let's see. Okay. Brandon, did you have any other updates or anything to give us?
Yeah, off the top of my head, we've got, we were able to sit down with football and North Whidbey Little League for the league agreement meetings last week. General update, everything went well. The North Whidbey Little League was asking for time frame to open up the fields down at Windjammer Park. I said that they could open up the fields whenever they would like to. We're in a back and forth right now of some scope of work and concerns. So the Little League decided it was not the best option to open those fields up at this point. So I'm trying to work through that with the builder that installed the fields. It's kind of everything that I've got so far.
Okay, thank you, Brandon. All right, so then I guess we'll move on to item 6, member comments. Does anyone have any comments that they would like to share? Okay, I'm not seeing anybody, so then we'll go ahead and move on to item number 7, determination of future agenda items. Do we have anything at this time that we want to add to the next agenda? No? Okay. All right, well, does anybody else have any questions or comments, or are we ready to adjourn?
Hey, Carrie, this is Liz. I'm sorry, I don't think you could see me in the corner right.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
You're totally okay. You're totally okay. And not to, this is a great adjournment time, but I just wanted to just make a note and share out that we, as the Recreation Division, we supported the parent-to-parent back to school barbecue. So for those of you who don't know, Parent to Parent Group, it's part of Island County Human Services. They provide support and resources to families that care for a child and or adult with disabilities or special health care needs. And so it was a really great opportunity for us as staff to really meet the community who are utilizing Parent to Parent. And we brought our hover ball, and it was such a blast. And several parents came and talked to us, and really the messaging that we got was that Parent to Parent does a great job of providing these opportunities for them all to get together, but they are looking for opportunities to participate in recreation programs with the rest of the community. And so it was some really great conversations on, okay, what does that look like? How can we support you with accommodations, or what does that look like? And it was just neat one-on-one chatting with the parents who have kids who would be interested in coming to do our archery tag, our extreme archery, and being able to say, yeah, this is what it could look like for your child if they come. They're not ready to jump in with everyone on the side. We can get them geared up and let them practice. And so anyways, it was really great, and we are looking forward to co-hosting some of their fall activities with them at the center. They host a couple of dances, a Halloween dance and another. So those will be hosted at the center with Parent to Parent. So that's just our update there, and our activity guide hit the streets. So everyone in 98277 area code should have by now gotten their activity guides. And what was really neat, and if I could just take 1 second to share this out. We did get, can I read we got a form submission comment. I looked at Mikhail, make sure I can read this, but there was a public comment from Ashley F., who lives in Oak Harbor, and she said, agenda item Parks and Recreation mailer. She said, as a new mom, I really appreciated receiving the Parks and Recreation activity guide. While summer is typically full of travel, I had no idea what to do with my son during the cooler months. This mailer made it easy. It made it so easy to track what was going to be going on and what my little one could get involved with. While he is a bit young for the majority of what is in the pamphlet, just knowing all the opportunities we have to get involved with as he gets older and with a tangible resource to look at each year is excellent. Great work. So we were just excited to start getting some of that feedback, and we've already seen people signing up for this fall's program. So we're very excited that we were able to make this happen and get it out into the hands, and we'll be looking forward to any other feedback from community or our commissioners as well. Hey, thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. And the activity guide looks great. Again, thank you so much for doing that. All right, did we have any other comments or questions or discussion? Okay, I'm not seeing anybody. All right, in that case, I suppose we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. That was a quick one today.